talking of the latest armed robbery in the suburb, were distracted by the sight of the little boy's pet cat effortlessly arriving over the 7-foot wall, descending first with a rapid bracing of extended forepaws down on the sheer vertical surface, and then a graceful launch, landing with swishing tail within the property. The whitewashed wall was marked with the cat's comings and goings, and on the street side of the wall there were larger red earth smudges that could have been made by the kind of broken running shoes seen on the feet of the unemployed loiterers that had no innocent destination. When the man and wife and little boy took the pet dog for its walk round the neighborhood streets, they no longer paused to admire this show of roses or that perfect lawn. These were hidden behind an array of different varieties of security fences, walls, and devices. The man, wife, little boy, and dog passed a remarkable choice. There was the low-cost option of pieces of broken glass embedded in cement along the top of walls. There were iron grills ending in lance points. There were attempts at reconciling the aesthetics of prison architecture with the Spanish villa style, spikes painted pink, and with the plastic urns of neoclassical facades, 12-inch pikes finned like zigzags of lightning and painted pure white. Some walls had a small board affixed, giving the name and telephone number of the firm responsible for the installation of the devices. While the little boy and the pet dog raced ahead, the husband and wife found themselves comparing the possible effectiveness of each style against its appearance, and after several weeks, when they paused before this barricade or that without needing to speak, both came out with the conclusion that only one was worth considering. It was the ugliest, but the most honest in its suggestion of the pure concentration camp style. No frills, all evident efficacy. Placed the length of walls, it consisted of a continuous coil of stiff and shining metal serrated into jagged blades, so that there would be no way of climbing over it and no way through its tunnel without getting entangled in its fangs. There would be no way out, only a struggle getting bloodier and bloodier, a deeper and sharper hooking and tearing of flesh. The wife shuddered to look at it. "You're right," said the husband. "Anyone would think twice." And they took heed of the advice on a small board fixed to the wall. Consult Dragon's Teeth, the people for total security. Next day a gang of workmen came and stretched the razor-bladed coils all round the walls of the house where the husband and wife and little boy and pet dog and cat were living happily ever after. The sunlight flashed and slashed off the serrations. The cornice of razor thorns encircled the home, shining. The husband said, "Never mind. It will weather." The wife said, "You're wrong. They guarantee it's rust-proof." And she waited until the little boy had run off to play before she said, "I hope the cat will take heed." The husband said, "Don't worry, my dear. Cats always look before they leap." And it was true that from that day on, the cat slept in the little boy's bed and kept to the garden, never risking a try at breaching security. One evening, the mother read the little boy to sleep with a fairy story from the book the wise old witch had given him at Christmas. Next day, he pretended to be the prince who braves the terrible thicket of thorns to enter the palace and kiss the sleeping beauty back to life. He dragged a ladder to the wall. The shining coiled tunnel was just wide enough for his little body to creep in. And with the first fixing of its razor teeth in his knees and hands and head, he screamed and struggled deeper into its tangle. The trusted housemaid and the itinerant gardener, whose day it was, came running, the first to see and to scream with him, and the itinerant gardener tore his hands trying to get at the little boy. Then the man and his wife burst wildly into the garden, and for some reason, the cat probably, the alarm set up wailing against the screams, while the bleeding mass of the little boy was hacked out of the security coil with saws, wire cutters, choppers. And they carried it, the man, the wife, the hysterical trusted housemaid, and the weeping gardener, into the house.